So now that we've learned our product rule and quotient rule and derivatives of trig functions, let's put all of that into practice. Let's find derivatives of the following functions. So the first one's going to be the function x cubed plus 4x minus 1 times x minus 2. The second one will be the function x squared over x minus 1. And the third one will be the function h of x, which is 2x cotangent x plus x squared e to the x. So if you want to, what you could do now is pause the video and find the derivatives of these three functions. Use this as a chance to review what you learned in the other videos. But I'm going to go ahead now. So if you want to, pause the video. If you don't want to, we're going to start. Let's look at problem number 1. What do we need to use on problem number 1? If you look, you have a product. So that's a good hint that you should use the product rule. So for number 1, the derivative would be x cubed plus 4x minus 1 times the derivative of x minus 2 plus x minus 2 times the derivative of x cubed plus 4x minus 1. So I'm getting, we're just going to use the power rule now. The derivative of x minus 2 is 1. The derivative here would be, using the power rule, 3x squared plus 4. And again, you can either leave it as it is or simplify it if you want. But there's my derivative. We use the product rule and the power rule. Let's look at the second problem. If you look, it's a quotient. Go back to our second problem. It's a quotient, which probably means we should use the quotient rule. All right, so let's use the quotient rule here. G prime of x will be the bottom, x minus 1, times the derivative of the top, minus the top, times the derivative of the bottom, all divided by the bottom squared. So then I need to compute two more derivatives. I need to compute the derivative here and here, but those are just going to be power rule derivatives. So the derivative of x squared, it's 2x. The derivative of x minus 1 is just 1. So if you want to leave it like this, you can, or if you want to simplify the top, you would get x squared minus 2x over x minus 1 squared. And there's my derivative of my second function. Okay. And now let's look at the derivative of our third function. I'll rewrite it down here just so we have it. H of x was 2x cotangent x plus x squared e to the x. So if I look at my first term, I have a product rule here. So h prime of x will be 2x times the derivative of cotangent plus cotangent times the derivative of 2x. And then for this second term, I also have a product rule here because I have two terms, x squared and e to the x, so you're going to have to use a product rule there as well. X squared times the derivative of e to the x plus e to the x times the derivative of x squared. Now we need to go back and fill in these derivatives right here. The derivative of cotangent, we saw in our previous video that that derivative was negative cosecant squared. The derivative of 2x is just 2, so 2 cotangent x. The derivative of e to the x is e to the x itself. And then the derivative of x squared would be 2x by the power rule. So this would be my derivative for my function. This would be h, right over here, h prime of x is equal to these terms right there.